Hi, this is your friend Suna Senman. I'm just being real. I was inspired to do some videos based on situations that several people have at this time, and as I was thinking of these, making these videos, many of them will be here, and some of them will be on my patreon.com/Suna for those of you who want to go deeper and want a little bit more. I was thinking about the balance that we need to create in our lives and how we are um, not just physical beings, but we're intellectual and emotional beings and spiritual beings. In fact, the reverse happens. We are actually more of a spiritual being, and then the others follow. And that is the first step in the balance, is when you recognize yourself as a spiritual being. And that takes some work, since we've been taught the opposite. We've been taught that we are physical bodies and that everything stems out of the physical body. Spirit has been questioned. Religious people have believed in spirit, but also there's been a lot of distortions. So what I am trying to share with you are perspectives that will help stimulate your own inner wisdom, your own inner remembering of knowledge. I do go from the premise that there's one source for all of creation, and that includes us. That flows into a concept of oneness. But in the one source, there has to be a common uh, common center of some sort. And this is something that we've been kind of brainwashed against believing. And so it's a reversing of what our mind has been trained into what is real, what we recognize as, yes, home, what resonates in a very harmonious way with ourselves. And one of our ways that we can get into that is to go out into nature and walk with nature and really appreciate the trees, the sky, whether it's a sunny or a cloudy day. Appreciate and feel grateful for this opportunity to see Mother Nature's beauty, to smell, to hear, even to taste and to touch. Um, Much like an infant child. An infant child will be fascinated with a leaf and just play with it, try to stick it in its mouth, and um, that kind of wonder and openness to learning, exploring and learning, is the beginning of our balance. And that's what you may call spirituality, if you would like, is the wonder, the gratitude, the acceptance, the openness to experience. And that is what I hope to stimulate within all of you. My perspectives that I share are just to help us get out of stuck mindset where we lose our creativity. And one of my videos is going to be on conscious creativity, really explaining conscious creativity. We feel stuck because we aren't using conscious creativity. Conscious creativity is connected into free will, true free will. A lot of the decisions that we make have underlying unconscious fears attached. And when they have those unconscious fears or anxieties or concerns attached, then it is not truly free will that you're working with. You can make a choice, but it is encumbered with maybe past or future fears, past experiences, and your interpretations of those experiences, and then future worries and concerns. So another aspect is to really learn how to live here in the now, which is the only moment that you have. And that doesn't mean that you completely forget the past or the future. It just means that you are in the here and now, and most of us do make the best decisions that we can make at the moment that we have to make them based on the information that we have. And the information that we have is a key point, because if we're only looking at things in a very, very narrow dimension, one or two dimensions is everything on a flat plane, what's written, even a picture, it's still in a two-dimensional plane. Some of them bring about the 3 dimensions. And then the 3-dimensional plane is also just what you can feel and see and touch with your physical senses. And then we go into deeper planes where we incorporate maybe a 6th sense, or your emotions and your intuition. We can develop that even more. So this is part of the balance. And this is something that is available for us all. It is about getting the information, the knowledge, the learning, the skills, the exercises, and then practicing and applying them. I'm very big on creating healthy habits because they will only build more health. What you feed grows. And that's why I wrote this first book, this children's book. It's not my first book, but this one called The Dragon Adventure, because it has healthy habits physically, mentally, emotionally, and socially, or spiritually, socially. And it's written for children, but it's good for all ages to do. So find a child, or find your child within, to do these physical exercises, which are based on Qigong. It's a story, and it takes you through courage and compassion, and stimulates your imagination. Allow yourself to be like a child, to open, to wonder, to allow those first impressions to come out and to play with them. And it also is social, where you engage with other people. You can do it within, yourself, because you have within you many relationships. You can, with coworkers, with friends, with it, you are a being of many different aspects already. But the opening up the creativity aspect is something that we need in order to problem solve and to just be open to new and better ways of doing things. That's going to go into the conscious creativity that I will explain in one of my videos. I also want to say this kind of allowing yourself to play with the first images that come to your mind. Visualization is very important in creativity and conscious creativity. I'm also a Beyond Quantum Healing hypnotherapist, where I help you access your own inner wisdom and higher mind in a hypnotherapy session. And if you're interested in that, you would contact me through my email, suna@sunasenman.com, and we can do it over Zoom, or if you happen to be in Stockholm or up in the countryside of Sweden, we can do it in person. But it's really great just online and Zoom as well. So everything is really about creating harmony and peace and being peaceful. And that starts with you, and it expands from you. Trust that you are a divine being, just like any infant child that you observe and see how adorable and how innocent and how wonderful they are with all potential, you too are that child. You were, on your birthday, that infant that everybody looked at with adoration and wonder. And you continue to be that within you. That being has never disappeared. But you've just added layers and layers and layers upon that being. And through some of the exercises that we do, we can uncover some of those layers and go into the beauty and the innocence of who you are. I will share some heart yoga, which focuses on that in moving meditations. And some of my messages will just be like this, speaking to you. And others will be meditations that we actually practice. And I offer both directly through my website and through the Patreon one-on-one consultations. So we work together and specifically one-on-one through our Zoom meetings, or if you have the opportunity to come up to the Freedom Center, we can meet here, and you can also expand them into weekend and week and longer experiences of meeting your own self and seeing how expansive and wonderful you can experience this life. Okay, I am going to conclude this video and let you know that these other videos are coming up. So I look forward to seeing you, and you decide how deep or how much you want through either just watching the free videos or going to my Patreon and choosing a level to engage in. Much love and blessings. Enjoy this day with many blessings.